This is a video to help you further understand how to utilize Google Maps. Here I am at google.com once again. If you click on that 3x3 grid, this is where we're going to find the tool Google Maps. It's not in this original selection screen that comes up when you click that 3x3 grid. So when I go to the bottom here and I click more, that's when I find Google Maps. Go ahead and click on Google Maps and it's going to bring up your general location where you are at this moment. Now, up in this search engine, I'm going to search for something that I might be looking for, an address I might be traveling to, whatever the case might be. I'm going to put in my home today. This is a starting point to show you what you can do, some of the things you can do with Google Maps. Right away, it comes up with that pinpoint of where my home is, 4522 Glen Eagle Drive. And that blue dot actually indicates my current location. Yes, I am actually sitting right now in my home working on this assignment. In the lower left-hand corner, you see this image here. This will give you the Earth view of what you're looking at. So there's the map view, and then you can change that by getting the actual image view of what my neighborhood and my area looks like. I like utilizing this because you can see a lot better of what kind of terrain is around. I can use this zoom out button here in the lower right hand corner and you get a better idea of what's around me. You can see the golf course that's nearby, a lot of wooded land that is nearby my property that they're actually trying to sell off right now. A lot of different things, little options that you can do with this. I'm going to go ahead and zoom back in and show you another feature you can do with this. There's my home again right now, and I'm going to take what's called a tilt view. Kind of gives you that perspective, gives you a more 3D effect, and you can even tilt it here a little bit further. This really gives you an idea of the terrain and what's nearby. Can allow you to see a lot further out into the distance. Follow some of those highways up a little bit further to see what's down the road. I'm going to go back to my map view for right now. I'm come up here and hover here. This will drop down. Now I'm going to show you another really cool effect. This is called the street view. This actually zooms in right on what address I put in that search bar. You could zoom in on this. You can also take that and you can spin that compass around. You can look all the way down my street. You can keep going. You can see what is across the street from me. A couple more houses. Some mature landscaping that's there. An additional house. Down the other side of my street. All the way to my neighbor's home. And then back to my house finally. There's a lot of different things you can do with this Google Maps. It gives you a lot of different options. I can take that address that I put in there and I can then get directions. When I click get directions, I can put in something such as New York City. That'll give me directions from my home to New York City. As you can see, it's giving me a couple different options. It gives me plain option, as well as it gives me how long it will take to drive that. There's a lot of different options you could do here with this. I could see someone utilizing this when they're looking at buying a new home, especially if it's a good distance away. Those realtor pictures don't always give you a great idea of what is around in the area, but Google Maps can really give you a good view of what you're actually going to look out your front door. What you're going to look at down your street, what your next door neighbor's house looks like. Do they have a fenced-in yard? Do they have a pool? So on and so forth. It gives you a lot of different details that you're looking at. The terrain, is it a lot of hills? Is it flat? All of that can be incorporated in there. I can also see utilizing this for some fun things. If we wanted to search for something like one of my favorite places on this earth, Walt Disney World. And I've done this before because I think it's really entertaining to see what comes up and the kind of views that they give you. Walt Disney World owns so many different acres, so they take that one pinpoint and then you got to find what you want to look at from here. But just looking at that map right away, I can see Disney's Hollywood Studios. I can see Disney's Epcot here, Downtown Disney. And then over here by Bay Lake, I can see the Magic Kingdom Park. This is where the Magic Kingdom would be, so maybe if I wanted to zoom in to see what that looks like. There's that sprocket wheel of Walt Disney's. And there I am right over the castle. There's the castle right there. So if we take that perspective, we tilt it, and there we have Walt Disney World. Again, a really cool feature and effect to see what that terrain, especially at a place like this, looks like, as well as being able to see some of that hidden stuff that you don't normally see when you're in the parks. Here's Main Street, and here's all this stuff backstage that they keep hidden from us that we never see. It's really kind of a cool effect to kind of explore and see how big these buildings really are where these attractions occur. So lots of different options with Google Maps. I encourage you to take some time and explore. It could be some really, really interesting things that you come up and look at.